Yeah, so the story goes about Janek going on. It was somewhere in Poland, and they had a championship, and it was I don't know if it wasn't Olympics, but there was this woman there, and she was an ice skater, and Janek became friends with her, this and the other thing. I remember one day he said, I bought her flowers and she accepted it. She was just pleased, this and the other thing. Actually, it started out. He later bought her flowers, but he was walking through the park by himself, and there was these two women, and he didn't know who they were, but there was these two guys that approached them, and they started messing around, like harassing them. And Janek stood up to them, and one of the guys called him a goofniash, I mean, he's like a little kid. And Janek was like, well, why don't you say it to your friend? And the guy just started swinging at him, and Janek just, he's a boxer. He let the guy miss, and the guy fell down. He pushed the other. I don't know if he had to hit the other guy. The other guy left. He ran. And then the female, they thanked him, this and the other thing, and I don't know if they bought him flowers the next day. I don't even know. But it was a story he told me over and over again. And my thing was like, were you married then? Did you did something happen with that woman, Because there was one of the female, she was an ice skater. And he said, we became friends and we saw each other after that. Years after that, I would go to her town, I would call her, we would meet up. So something happened, he's like, no, she had these abnormal legs. I'm like, what abnormal legs? She was a skater, she had these very thick legs. And I always thought it was weird, odd. And I get it, masculinity and female is, not feminine. But it's like, I don't know. It's like I don't know if that was the case, or if that's what Janek said. Janek never really talked about that they slept, this and the other thing. He said, it shouldn't matter, but I was trying to get trying to get an angle what he was talking, because he repeated that story over and over again. After a while, when I asked him something, he pretended like I don't want to talk about that anymore. He never told the story over and over again. Actually, I haven't heard that story in like 2 years, or like 2 years that I've known him. I think one time, it was over his house, or while we were driving, I actually, I started asking him some pointed questions. I actually corrected him on that. Maybe he got offended, he just never wanted to talk about that. And, he told his story also. He told me, I saw her, years later, she was married, and I was with Christina, so, we really didn't, we meet up for anything, and this and the other thing.